I have just bought a canal and today I am going to be fishing it and exploring it for the very first time. Fish on, yes, come on.
That is beautiful.
Now, one of the main things that attracted me towards this canal was the sheer amount of features. It is absolutely jam-packed full of really interesting water to fish. Now, the second thing that made me really want to go for this canal was the fact that everyone I've spoken to about it has said that they've caught decent fish in here before. Pike, perch, there's supposed to be a lot of bream and some other stuff too. And there's been countless reports of double figure fish, 10, 12, 13 pounders. I've heard of a 17 pounder get caught quite recently and a 20 pounder within the last couple of years. This is the first water officially run by the Adventure Fishing Club, of which I am the only member so far, so I suppose you could say this is my private canal for the day. After this video though, you will have the opportunity to join should you want, and there'll be much more information about the club later on in the video. Well, this is it, the eastern side of the stretch, bridge 119A. We've got a lovely little double bridge thing with a basin here. This looks perfect. Definitely gonna have a couple of casts around this bridge. Come on. So the stretch I'm fishing now, while it's not exactly a feature, from what I gather from speaking to people, this is one of the better areas. My friend Joe recently came down here and had this absolute cracker of a pike. Look at this.
Come on, go in this net, go in this net, go in this net. Yes! I got it! I got it! Oh! Yes! Oh my word, look at that. Look at that fish. Wow. That is beautiful.
With a bit of luck, we might be able to bump into something similar today. And if we're really lucky, maybe something bigger. So I just swapped over to one of these things. Logic being, when I'm fishing somewhere for the very first time, I always like to go for something very natural. You can't go far wrong if you're just mimicking what the fish are naturally eating anyway. So here we are, the second feature on this canal, an absolutely lovely basin. There's a really nice big turning area for boats here, and from what I've heard, this is an area where the bream like to spawn at the right time of year. I've been speaking to a lot of people about this canal, so hopefully there's going to be some fish around. Wow, this area does look really good. I am very excited for those boatyards as well we've got coming up. Check out all these overhanging trees here. I'd say this definitely counts as feature number 3. Pike and perch absolutely love hiding amongst this kind of stuff. And of course, like any good stretch of canal, we've got some boats dotted around too. Right, we are just coming up to another bridge. I think for this one, I'll get the perch fishing setup out. I'm using my trusty rigged and ready Fish Rig 180 for this. Such a good light little rod. The fact that it's telescopic as well, you can just have it in the side of your bag and fold it out when you need it, which is exactly what I've done. Whoa, something's on fire over there. Let's get the drone out quick and go and have a look, I think. I've just heard an explosion as well. Oh no, it's raining. Better come back in. Well, unfortunately for me, it started raining, but that's fortunate for whatever's on fire. I couldn't quite see what it was, but there's fire engines and stuff around there now. Literally not far at all from where I'm fishing. I think there's quite a walk to the next feature, which could be a boatyard, but we'll have to go and find out. Please don't take today as an indication of how good the fishing is on this stretch, because I've not actually got that long to fish when you factor in all the time it's taken me to film all these different little bits and bobs. We're gonna have a big switch up of environment as soon as we get around that corner too. Brilliant. Literally just as soon as the sun's gone away, I'm getting absolutely peppered by hailstones. But the show must go on. Well, I'd say we probably got feature number 5. Another massive tree hanging over with some kind of pipe behind it. So we are just about to come up to feature number 6, the first boatyard, and what is probably one of the most cool, exciting looking places on the whole stretch. Let's go take a look. So a quick tactic change, going for something a bit more colourful, perch, orangey looking thing. Let's see how this goes. Fish on, fish on. Yes, come on. Get in. Oh, it's not a big one, but it's a fish. Please don't come off. This will be the first fish on the stretch for me. Please don't come off. Looks quite lightly hooked. Yes, get in. Come on. Yes. Look at this. While it's not much, I am over the moon with this. Look, it's got a big injury down the side of it as well. A much bigger pike has tried to have a go at this at some point, but this is my first fish on the adventure fishing stretch, and I could not be happier about it. Well, we might have just found a lure that works now, so gonna put it to the test. I've literally only had it on for a couple of minutes, but I know there's some bigger fish around, so time to try catch one. That's so cool, isn't it? It's not every day you see a lifeboat on the canal. Wonder what its story is. If there's any lifeboat enthusiasts, let me know. In fact, sort of matches what we've just been catching on. It actually looks the same, doesn't it? Well, just as we've left the boatyard, we're coming up on feature number 7, which is bridge 117 on the Leeds Liverpool Canal. And what is that up there? No way. I actually sort of love it when stuff like this happens, because it makes you wonder, how did this start? A shoe tree. So what I'm dealing with now is quite a long open stretch without really all that much going on, and I'm certain there'll be fish all the way along here, but today I just don't really have time to fish it. It's a good thing, it's a great thing that there's so much water to go at. I just want to condense what would normally be fished in about 3-4 days maybe to just one day. Well, what do we have here then? A big old abandoned building. That graffiti's cool. I wonder what it looks like inside. Probably not very nice, I'm guessing. Cool though. And then outside it we've got what looks like a big pinch point in the canal. I'm guessing it used to be a swing bridge. Another good thing about the Leeds Liverpool Canal is, in terms of canals, it's known for having some of the biggest perch in the whole northwest. Well, feature number 10 is definitely an interesting one. Look at that. A sunken ship. There's got to be some fish around and about there, surely. Some perch. What an absolutely beautiful evening it's turning out to be. We've had hail, we've had wind, rain. We've got another cool, weird looking bridge thing coming up that we're going to have a couple casts under. And then the final boatyard. Now this is quite an imposing structure, isn't it? Kind of thing that fish should be wanting to sit underneath, I reckon. Bit more graffiti. Whoa. Oh, that's such a shame. I just set the hook when I saw the fish take it instead of when I felt the bite. No! Number 12 looks like a cracking spot. Fishing both sides of this bridge. We've got some sort of pontoon walkway thing there. This is good fish territory. We're getting into some very fishy territory now, so I'm just going to try and stay a little bit further back from the water than I was. Oh, I had a big hit then, but it spat it out. Oh, I don't know if you saw that on camera. That just came and absolutely nailed it, but instead of setting the hook, I waited to feel the fish. However, I was right about this place being a hot spot, and I've got plenty more to go. The time of day is perfect as well. Ooh, that was something down there. That was something down there. Definitely a fish hunting. Oh, it just turned at the last minute. That was a pretty nice one too. Just coming into the boatyard now. There's quite a few boats along here. This is the first one. And my confidence is through the roof at the moment. And then that brings us to the end of the stretch. Bridge 114C. Oh, it is really not my day today. Literally, of the 4 pike that have gone for my lure, I've only caught one of them, and it's been completely my fault. So before it gets too dark, I better tell you a bit more about the club membership. So first things first, you can get your ticket from my website, www.adventurefishinguk.com. There'll be a link in the description below. So obviously the main attraction to joining the club is you've got unlimited access to fish the canal here, the stretch that I've been on today, as well as any future waters that I lease. And I am telling you now, I am working on a few that are very exciting. There's also access to upcoming in-person fishing and filming events for this channel, where we'll be having competitions, cleanups, all that kind of stuff. As well as that, members get 10% off everything on the Adventure Fishing store, and there's also going to be regular giveaways sponsored by Rigged and Ready Travel Rods. They're the official sponsor of this fishing club, and they're going to be putting up a prize roughly every month. And lastly, members are going to get an Instagram group chat to talk about all things fishing. I'm going to be giving out advice and a few more locations on there than I might be inclined to give away publicly on YouTube. It's also going to be a place to talk about the club, talk about the stretch, share pictures, videos of what you catch on here and everywhere else, which may also feature on this channel. Head over to the website anyway to check it out. There may well be a couple of things that I forgot to mention on here that are going to be part of the club, but go take a look. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you down the road.